How we going, folks? Welcome back to the Nightmare Cabin and welcome to a special edition of Maidencast. I'm joined ever by him down there, Luke. How's it going?
Yeah, all good, mate. All gigged out.
I'm not going for
Ready,
that
ready
intro
for
again.
bed.
This is our second attempt, but I'm joined by not one but two members of Iron Maiden Fully Charged. We are joined again for the second time by Carl Robert Williams on vocals, and this time we are joined by Craig Simcox on drums. How's it
Hello.
going, guys?
Good man.
Hello,
Good.
right?
And I see, you guys are busy. You've got loads of gigs coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're fucking doing just as many as Maiden, I think.
Yeah, at the
We
moment.
do
So,
more.
and we were just speaking earlier, but yeah, we see that you have sold out again the cart and horses.
Yeah.
We have
All
to.
months and 21 days in advance this time.
Awesome
Nice.
stuff. Awesome
Yeah.
stuff. So we are
I'll
here.
be there. I'll be there heckling. So
I've got an idea actually. I'm gonna present it to you later on. I've got an idea.
Uh-uh.
So for the cart and
fucking hell,
horses show.
yeah, this could be interesting.
Shall I come out of it now? Or shall we save it for the
Yeah,
end?
go on. Go and do it now.
Right.
Get out of the way.
I think me and Luke should get up as the opening act. And we should, on karaoke, do Doctor Doctor. Two piss heads on
Fucking
a,
hell.
well, one piss head on a karaoke.
Well, if you want to get kicked off, then
There
I
we go.
suppose you can do it well.
Well, so I know it. I used to play in a cover band. So we're all right, yeah.
No, you don't get on the drums. You've got to get on the mic with me.
Yeah, you're just singing.
Yeah.
Fuck off. Unless you want the Sex Pistols version.
What's wrong with that?
That's
Yeah.
about as
Right.
that's about as tuneful
So-
as I get.
That went down like a lead balloon, and we'll see how the rest of the show. It can only get better from here.
That's it.
So we are going to be talking about the latest tour from Iron Maiden. We've all seen it by now. The British shows have been and gone. And yeah, we just thought we'd have a chat and have a reflection on what we saw, what we thought, and just talk all things Maiden, basically, and just have a laugh. So yeah, let's go from there.
Strap yourselves in, boys and girls. This could be a good one.
Yeah. So guys, Carl and Craig, how many shows have you actually seen of the tour?
Just the one.
Just the one, see,
Yeah,
and
just the one.
Just the
Yeah.
one for me,
Just
two
us.
others too.
just us mere mortals. You was at the London show, yeah?
Yeah.
And Luke went to all four of the UK shows. And it's funny because there was only one of them was a stadium, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's only London.
Yeah. And obviously there was the
Well, Dublin, they did the castle,
show.
didn't they? But,
big show of West Ham's playing grounds. That was a big monument for, well, it was a monument for Steve being a West Ham fan. But four of the six members grew up 20 minutes from the venue, apparently. Is that right?
well, Nico would have done, but obviously not there because obviously Bruce
Right.
is from Sheffield and Yannick's from Hartlepool. But I bet it pained Adrian and Dave because they're both Spurs fans. So there's actually a thing in the program that he said if they come out in their Spurs kits, he was going to kick them up the arse. So, I would have done it. If anyone's got tenure, it's Adrian and Dave. So I just would have done it. I just would have walked out wearing a Spurs shirt and gone, yeah, just fuck it.
I do want to get one of those, the West Ham shirt, like the football shirts. But as I said previously, my dad would disown me for wearing
Yeah,
those
that's
colours.
Charlton, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
people have died for less, mate.
for our sins. So, but he's also a lifetime Who fan. And for those that don't know, Alan Kirbishley's brother is the Who, or was the Who's manager. So there's that connection as well. But yeah, so guys, what did you off the top of off the bat? What did we think of the show?
Rage on the first.
Safe. I would say safe. I think with the set list, I think there was a lot of people moaning about the set list, but for me, perfect set list. I don't particularly like any of the newer stuff, so it suited me down to the ground listening to all the stuff from I made up to Seventh Son. So yeah, for me, I thought the set list was perfect. But like I say, could have been a little bit safe, I suppose.
Yeah, safe is a common.
You say that. I wanted to do a reaction because I did a reaction to the Legacy of the Beast tour.
Yeah.
And they announced a set list, but Joe was trying his hardest to avoid it. So I was like, right, fuck it, I'll save it. But yeah, the set list, I was glued. It was actually mine and my wife's wedding anniversary, and we were glued to Instagram waiting for the
to
graphics
find
to
out
come
what
up
it was.
each song. It was like, this is how we're spending, and funny enough, it's our 6th anniversary, which is Iron, which was quite poetic that we were watching Maiden's setlist come up. So, but yeah, it was. I mean, looking back, I mean, how can you argue about the setlist?
Yeah,
But
definitely.
when Dickinson comes out and says, "Oh, we're going to be doing stuff we've never done before," all he meant was we're going to swap Fear of the Dark from penultimate song in the main set to second encore.
Yeah,
Get the fuck out of here. When you're saying do all the albums, play your number one single, guys. Or play Tail Gunner, because the first line of the song is trace your way back 50 years.
yeah.
You know,
Yes.
or Holy Smoke, just 3 fucking minutes, 3 or 4 minutes, just to, you know, did Adrian throw his toys out the pram and said, no, not doing it. Don't like it.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
But
He wrote Hooks in You off No Print, and that was
yeah,
played
it's
like.
it, you know, so he's got credits on there, but it was
It
just a
is
weird
funny
one.
how they completely abandoned that album, considering they specifically made that announcement. We're doing a set covering.
And they jogged on Peace of Mind. Let's not fuck about. I mean, you know, I know obviously Revelations and has been a mainstay throughout the set throughout the most recent years anyway. And they did Flight of Icarus on Legacy of the Beast. But I was kind of hoping that we'd get Still Life or Die with Your Boots On. You know, it was just as a throwback to Made in England.
That's one of mine.
Yeah.
Do we think it's because of Simon? Do we think there was restrictions around that?
I mean, Simon.
I mean, how much time has he actually had to do this set?
I mean,
Considering I've heard he's not so much a Maiden fan, is he?
Well, there's an interview with Bruce where he said they actually rehearsed with him during the North American leg of Legacy of the Beast.
Yeah.
After Nico went public, and they were like, "Look, we got to get something in place." He said, "No disrespect to Nick, but
yeah, of course.
if he has a relapse or he, you know, it's the guy."
Yeah, there's a lot of money, a lot of
when he had
lot
his
on the line.
little bit of a stroke.
Yeah,
you know, they were like, "We've got to do something." So they had a rehearsal, and they said it went through. So I think Simon would have been game to do it. I just think it was, I don't know. I mean, it's fucked because I compare it to Metallica's 40th anniversary when they did the 2 shows. Oh, right, yeah, it was 2 shows, weren't a tour. But that first night they went chronologically. They went from Kill 'Em All,
yeah, straight
through to Hardwired, because at the time, and they played Fixer off a Reload, which they've never played before live ever. And James said afterwards that we're never fucking playing it again either because we made so many mistakes. But they take risks. And the second night was a free-for-all. They're playing stuff like I Disappear. It's like they take risks. Judas Priest are taking the risk right now on the Painkiller celebration tour. They're running stuff they haven't played for fucking 25 years. That's the thing with Maiden. I love them. They're the greatest band to ever exist, ever will exist. But for fuck's sake, take a risk.
Yeah, safe.
I love this. I can't pick a favorite Maiden song. I'd love them to play any song they want to play. But I think I would have liked, as much as I can't fault the set, I think I would have liked, instead of the Clairvoyant, love the song, either Infinite Dreams or maybe Bring Only the Good Guy, because Steve has actually said he wants to play it live.
Yeah, he said it, and he said it recently, because I actually made a point of saying to Joe when we did our reaction, I said they've pretty much done this tour so they can play Only the Good Die Young, because he was saying about playing it, and then like you say, to not hear it.
Maybe drop Aces High or Wasted Years and put Still Life in place of one of those two.
And especially Wasted Years after it. Obviously, he got Future Past tour.
Yeah,
you know, it ended every night.
And Book of Souls tour.
Yes. So I mean, you know, like I say, looking back on it, it seems a bit petty and frivolous to be complaining about a set of that quality. But it's just, if Bruce hadn't said anything.
Yeah, but that's what we're
here.
We're here to pick the peanuts out of the shit.
Yeah, if Bruce hadn't said anything, if Bruce had just gone for the first time in his fucking life, it would have been like, yes.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh,
Bruce
fuck,
is very clever, Danny. Bruce, he will say one thing and mean another, like he said, we're doing anything we've never done before. But
yeah, the screens.
They haven't had the screens before.
Exactly,
they haven't had the stakes like that before.
Yeah.
I've got to say, I thought they worked really well. I mean, I saw some of the comments before the Budapest show, and people were just going, "Oh, they've got no Eddie, they haven't got this, they haven't got that, and look, the backdrop looks shit, and they've just got video screens." Well, when they actually came on, you were like,
Oh yeah, it
Fucking
was
hell, that
mesmerising,
that
wasn't
is
it?
brilliant. Yeah, I really did enjoy that bit. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think they
taking
made
a
the right choice with that.
taking a tour through the East End.
Yeah,
You
yes,
know,
yeah,
Oh,
just at the start through
yeah,
with Rides and March,
yeah.
and then
Nicholas Bush and the Ruskin and all that. Yeah,
yeah, and then Mariner was a fucking. I mean, what they did for Mariner was amazing. It was like
yeah,
shit. Do I watch the band? Do I watch the fucking video?
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it was.
That's it, isn't it? I couldn't
Yeah,
fucking see the band from where I was anyway.
yeah. I'm glad you've segued into that actually, Craig, because that was a bone of contention I had, and I've been
The stadium screen.
yeah.
It was yeah,
I for a long time I've not liked stadium shows, and I've not gone to one for ages. I think the last one I went to at a stadium was 2009 for AC/DC. Can't remember which tour it was. It was
yeah,
2009,
at Wembley,
and
man.
it kind of reminded me why I don't like stadium
Mm,
shows, and I don't want to say because the tickets. Well, a friend of mine got the tickets, and shout out to Helly Monster, supporter of the show, and it wasn't that they were bad tickets because like you. What are the chances, Luke? You were like 7 rows in front of me.
Yeah,
I knew someone behind me as
yeah,
well. I looked,
yeah,
I recognised someone over there that I knew. I was like, what are the chances that so many people I know just happen to be in
yeah.
the same section when I
You tell,
know they would have been in the fan club?
yeah, you can
And
tell it's the
I'm
fan club blocks. Yeah,
and I'm just thinking, right? Can we just come out with it? Fan clubs and pre-sales are a scam because that is where they get rid of tickets that you would never have bought had you had the choice. And I've seen it so many times now where people go, "Oh, I'm queuing up for this pre-sale," and you get the countdown and you get this
yeah,
number in the queue, and you go, "Oh, I clicked on those ones. Oh, they're not available." And you're made to think they're already gone.
yeah.
They're not available. They're not available. And then you go, "Well, if they're the ones that are available, they're the ones I can have." So you take them.
she sort
And
of railroaded in.
sorry,
She sort of railroaded into getting certain
yeah.
ones.
yeah,
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I mean, the first time I got tickets through the fan club, it was just like these are the best. This is awesome. I was literally I was in a seat, but I was on the floor, sort of thing. But a couple of times now, I've just gone. This is what I've paid access for. You pay for the fan club membership, then you pay the fan club pre-booking fee on each ticket, and it's just like this is what we come up with. And I've seen it a few times with shows, and I remember Luke. I can't remember what gig it was, but you got tickets to a show. It wasn't Maiden, but it was a good week before I got my tickets. And when I saw where you were, I thought, "Oh dear, like." And yeah, I
I
just
mean,
and the
let's not.
pre-sale thing. If the general sale goes on Friday, you will have a pre-sale on Monday with Ticketmaster, a pre-sale on Tuesday with Live Nation, the fan club, the this club, the that club,
Yeah,
and I just think this pre-sale thing is it's getting out of
but
hand. And
yeah, but let's not fuck about. I mean, the band are only making those tickets available because Ticketmaster say these are the tickets you're fucking having. Ticketmaster are the cancer of all fucking cancers.
no, it shouldn't be unreasonable to see the stage.
You could see the
Yeah,
stage.
well, could you?
Yeah,
I could see them when they
you
came
could see the
forward. I couldn't
stage.
see the
The only thing
drummer.
you couldn't
I
see was
couldn't see
Simon,
the
but that's because he
screen
was
that I keep hearing so many
buried in.
amazing things about.
Yeah, but you could see the
At the
stage.
time, I was enjoying myself at the time, but when I saw these photos the next day, I was like, "What gig was this?"
I
Yeah.
did
Yeah,
the same. Sorry, go on, Luke.
no, I could say the only reason I felt for me wife and daughter because that was the one show they did on the tour, and as soon as I sat down, I was like, "Fuck, they're not gonna they're not gonna see it." It didn't matter to me. I'd fucking seen it twice the week before, and I had perfect view of it, and I knew where I was sitting in Glasgow. I'll be able to see it again. But I figured anyone who sat there, normally I go for those seats. I love seeing the side view of the stage. But the way the stadium setup is, because they're building that stage and have to have basically sides on it, you lose it, and those seats should never have been made available for sale. It should have
Yeah,
been that block that me and you were in, Joe, should have been blacked out because of the screens. Yeah, I
yeah,
appreciate it's a couple of thousand seats and that's big money. But it's like you say, if a band are putting on a show that includes that, then that's got to be available to Joe Public. Mate, you're right.
Yeah, I mean, and again, when you get your layout, when you buy your tickets, here's the stage, this block. Well, there. Oh, yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
But again, anything you choose, you're going to assume you can see.
Yeah.
And I know you have restricted viewing tickets. All right,
Yeah,
fair enough. But
at
label
least
them that.
at least they're labelled, aren't they? Most of the
Yeah.
time, restricted view.
But yeah, that's my whinge over. But apart from that, it was.
But no, it's not. It's not a slight whinge when you're doing 123 quid on a ticket.
Yeah, it's not cheap, is it, to see off the stage? I mean, I was in rear standing, so I got the tickets through a friend, through the fan club. And I thought the sound was fucking awful where I was. It was really, because there's few people
I've heard that.
sound was amazing.
Oh yeah,
you weren't standing where I was because it
the
was
sound,
so.
and I've figured it out because it's a case of where we were. The
Yeah.
sound was fucking perfect. You
Yeah,
could
yeah.
everything.
The sound was, yeah.
It was
But it's
splashy.
because
It was-
we were getting the
yeah.
initial blast from the
Yeah.
front speakers.
Of course you were, yeah.
It's when
Yeah.
you start getting past the sound desk,
Yeah.
and then you get the second speakers.
Yeah.
That's when you get the fucking stadium wash where it's bouncing off the
That's
fucking
what
walls,
what was happening. I mean,
and that's when it goes to pot. So
yeah,
that was my first time sitting that far up the stadium. When I saw Guns N' Roses at Tottenham, it was the same thing. It fucking
yeah. Just
washes
watch it.
around.
It's just
And
a massive splosh of. Yeah, I mean, you could hear stuff if you concentrated, but like my girlfriend Fiona was like, I couldn't hear him sing on that one. I can't hear what he's saying. I'm like, yeah, I get you. Which is a shame, really. I mean, they're selling that many tickets to these stadiums. You'd expect them to be walking around the fucking place and actually listening at the back speakers, not just at the sound desk. Perhaps I'm being picky. Probably am.
Sound was all right. I was up in block 142, so we were basically I think we were the.
You were further back than me on the left.
You had a good view. I saw your photos. Yeah.
Yeah.
that was pretty good.
And our sound there sounded spot on, unless I've got hearing problems.
Sorry.
Again, I don't wear in-ears at gigs, so I probably have.
You got to put it with me as well.
yeah, there is that.
I mean, sound for me wasn't an issue at all. I mean, once they, when they came forward, it was fine. But I was kind of just relying on the side screen watching it all. But that's a given with stadium shows anyway.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? I mean, and unfortunately, I think they've proved now you won't see Maiden in an arena again because they sold out Atletico Madrid Stadium the night before last, and that's probably bigger than London Stadium. So I think when they tour again, it'll be stadiums.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is,
the Glasgow show, it was like seeing them in the fucking underworld. It was only 14,000 people. It was like, even Bruce said, he said, fucking hell, guys, next time we come here, we've got to get a bigger place than this. He said, last night we played this, or the other night we played the 75,000 in London, and they booed.
I bet they did.
Fucking Glaswegians were like, boo.
Well, what did you think was going to happen? Bloody hell. Yeah. Thanks, Bruce. That's
yeah. I sunk back down in my seat.
One.
I was like, fucking hell.
I think they do the O2 again, but I think they go back to the 2 nights.
I mean, they could do 2 or 3, I think.
I reckon
might be a one and done.
Once this current trek is done, they'll come back. You normally find that with bands that they'll do a stadium show at the beginning of the tour, get that trek over, and then come back next time round.
Well,
and they do 2 nights at the O2 Arena.
The hideous rumour is it's download next year, guys. So
that's a given as well. Yeah, probably. And if
I'm just looking at Carl's face, he's like, "What?"
Well, I've heard that one, but I can't see it. I can't see it myself.
I don't know, man. Yeah, I think they'll probably do that, and then that, maybe a couple of dates.
Do you know who could, if they could stretch their budget, if they could do it, is Bloodstock.
No, that
Bloodstock's getting bigger every year.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a great festival.
And
it's a fantastic festival.
I'd sooner watch them.
But you got your headliners this year: Trivium, Machine Head, and Gojira. I mean,
Robbie Williams will be headlining Download the way things are going at the moment. So,
yeah. But I mean, you call it what you want. It's Donington, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, unfortunately, I never got to Donington. I've only ever had Download. I wasn't quite at the age where I could go to Donington. But if they play next year, I will fucking grit my teeth and give
just go.
wanker copping some money. But
We might have to keep that weekend free for gigs then, Craig.
Yeah, we'll find out when it is.
Yeah. It's around about the 9th, 16th, around there, June.
yeah, that's sort of first, second week of June, isn't it?
Well,
Why
we've got
can't it be
gigs booked for
August
next
again?
year already, so.
Why can't it be August again like it used to be? Back when it was Monsters of Rock, it was August. One Saturday afternoon in August. Brilliant.
Yeah. Well, that's what, if you guys can ever get tickets, that's what Stone Dead is all about now. That is
That's growing as well.
That's a fantastic festival. It's run by a load of guys who used to go to Donington Monsters of Rock when it was one day, 6, 7 bands, bosh.
Okay.
And it is a fantastic festival.
That's how Bloodstock started, though. It was a couple of guys round a table in a pub going, "We're fed up with these. How can we make one day that's affordable? That's actually some metal?" Because Reading slowly becomes Glastonbury. Download slowly becomes Reading. They all just eventually verge.
Yeah.
And I think Bloodstock started out as an indoor festival for one day. I think Blaze Bailey headlined the first one.
Yeah, it was an indoor thing, yeah.
And
in Derbyshire somewhere.
if he didn't headline it, he was certainly up like quite high on the bill.
Yeah, he was.
And and then it's just grown from there. But
And I respect to Bloodstock, I can't think of the name, who runs it, but they're the only festival
there are a
that
couple of them, yeah.
that tell you while you're there next year's headliners. All right, early bird tickets are on sale, guys. This is what you're getting for that money.
Yeah.
Not, trust us with your fucking 300 quid, and you get McFly or the Prodigy. Fuck.
Yeah.
Bloodstock will say, no, this is at least 2 of the 3 headliners, and this is most of the fucking rest of the bill, and this is what, before we take your money, know that you're getting this.
Yeah.
And that is massive respect to Bloodstock guys for that.
Before we move on, if I could just put my 2 pence worth in when it comes to the set list, because I avoided it as long as I could, but trying to avoid it was just, but yeah, I mean, I got to say, I was pretty happy, to be honest. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the the first 2 albums, the Diano era, and as much as you guys are. So it was great seeing Murders in the Rue Morgue. I don't think Murders in the Rue Morgue quite works as a opener. I think you guys do it better, where you open with Ides of March and then into Roughchild, then later on do Murders in the Rue Morgue. But with that being said, it's a fantastic song. Killers is one of my top Maiden songs, as well as the Clairvoyant. So I saw 2 of my favourites in one night. And having Rhyme with the Ancient Mariner and Seventh Son again in one gig, that's like having sex twice in one day, isn't it? I mean, all 4 minutes. And
what is that for both times? Or?
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, again, I think we can all go. I mean, I think we'd all like a set of rarities, and so as Carl mentioned earlier, I'd love to see Still Life played live, but I think as Paul Stanley said a few years ago, when with the their end of their final tour, he just said that the set list is designed for the people who have come for the first time, not for the people that have come for the 100th.
Yeah,
God bless you, sort of thing. But I think maybe we are suffering from that a little bit. But yeah, I mean, the fact that I saw Killers live, I was just happy.
You know what? No matter what it was, we'd all fucking moan about it anyway.
of course you would.
Yeah.
Like you say, I mean, we could do we all 4 of us could pick a top 5 Maiden songs or top 5 Maiden albums, and it'll be fucking different.
Yeah.
And it is what it is. But like I say, when you look back at the set list, how can you complain?
Yeah, exactly.
It's laughable that you're complaining. It's like, talk about,
like you said,
it's the ultimate first world problem. Oh, Maiden didn't fucking play this.
But we're only comparing it to the hype that Bruce gave it. So let's get on to the next subject that shouldn't be too controversial. Simon Dawson.
Well,
What do we
I think
reckon?
first and foremost, you got to say that man was given an impossible task.
Big fucking boots.
Oh, mate, yeah,
Aye.
big fucking boots, and
Big fucking boots.
since we've got two drummers here, I think we can get obviously, obviously you're a Clive Burr incarnate, aren't you? You know,
Yeah, I try.
and
Me and Carl
I'm
can
the
go to the
Nico.
bar and get a
Yeah.
taster, and we'll just leave you.
I've just been. I'm on it. No, that's it.
Yeah, I mean, you're Craig, you're the Clive Burr man, and I'm the Nico man. So
Yeah.
I think that, like I say, I think he nothing but praise for the man because he took on a job that fucking hell. I mean, I would have loved to have done it, but I wouldn't have liked to have done it at all.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's a poison.
And
It's not a poison chalice, but it is fucking.
yeah, it's scrutinised like a fucker.
Yeah.
And to be fair to him, at Birmingham, obviously that was the show when it was like, this is fucking weird. This is Maiden. It's Maiden Jim, but not as we know it.
Yeah.
Because that feel wasn't there. The feel,
Yeah.
you know,
see,
the swagger and stuff.
He's changed it, hasn't he? Because the first half of that Phil is how Clive would play it, and then they've morphed it into something else.
Yeah, he slows it right down. But,
Yeah, and I don't get
London was the first time he nailed it. Birmingham, he fucked it right up.
Yeah,
mind you, the sound in Birmingham was the worst fucking sound I've ever heard in my life ever. It was horrendous, and everyone said that. Everyone was going about, "Oh, Maiden was so great, but the sound was shit." I thought they'd actually lowered Simon in the mix on purpose. I thought
they'd done a Jason did.
Yeah,
yeah.
But it wasn't the case because in Manchester, in a decent venue, it was like, fuck me, that's what he sounds like, and he sounds good because he's tried to come at it from. I mean, fucking how you play Fear of the Dark and not copy what Nico did live, I don't know. I mean, but he's come at it from such a way that he's managed to put his own stamp on it, and I thought the guy had done really well. And as the tour went on, he gradually got better at doing the Murders intro.
Yeah, but in all fairness, he should have fucking nailed that from day one.
I think
we've been talking about this. There's loads of us been talking about this on the weekend of the gig on the Friday when we're at the cart, and then because the cart was getting madly busy, we went up the road and went to the with the spoons, and there was quite a few of us all chatting about it, and we were kind of like, really out the gates, that should have been fucking spot on. If that's your opening song,
yeah,
it is a nerve-wracking. I mean, when I do it, we've started putting a little pause in there now before I do it.
You've only got to come at it. You've only got to hit the snare wrong.
Yeah,
the whole rhythm's fucked. Yeah,
but if you're taking that job on like Simon has, you've got to fucking nail that. For me, you've got to nail that Phil.
Yeah, yeah, and I don't know. I can only put it down to nerves or whatever. What's that, man?
It's an iconic piece. You got to.
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah, and I don't know whether it was nerves because he's gone from playing clubs with British Lion and to be fair, when he was in Dearly Beheaded, they unfortunately never hit massive heights. So he's had a certain level of crowd.
Yeah,
I've probably played bigger venues in my time than he had when he was in Side Match. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now he's like, fuck me, deer in the headlights type thing, and the pressure's on him.
His
like
eyes
no
ain't
else.
gone. Yeah,
I remember. I've seen an interview with Charlie. What's his name from Rolling Stones? Charlie Watts. And they say, what was it like playing to like 100,000 people that night? And I can't see past the stage. I don't know how many people there are.
It's fucking fair play, isn't it?
And I'll let Mick worry about that. So that's probably what he needs. He needs his eyes to go. Yeah, sorry, Carol.
Some of our shows, I can't see past the edge of the stage. I can see the guys on the stage, and because of the lighting, I'm just about seeing a few shadows, and that's it, really. So I tend not to worry too much about who's out there if they're going to pick you. If they're going to pick at you, they're going to pick at you, aren't they? You know.
Yeah. Can only put it down to nerves. I don't know. I mean, he's a professional player, but like you say, should have got it right. But the old phrase is coulda, woulda, shoulda, isn't it? But he's that aside. I mean, I've seen people ragging on him on forums.
Oh, there's loads of it,
and it's like, look, fuck off.
Give him a fucking chance.
Tell me you don't play drums without telling me you don't play drums.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the guy, I don't like what he did to Hallowed, but you probably like what he did to Hallowed because he brought back Clive's way of playing.
He played it properly. Yeah. I remember your comments on the podcast with Carl about our gig. And it's fucking hell. He's playing Hallowed like Clive. And I'm like,
Yeah,
well, yeah,
yeah,
because, you know.
that's it. But say when he played that, it was like, oh fuck no.
Luke, Luke, you've started him now, mate. You've started him
Oh,
now.
don't, it'll go. Yeah, we may as well be Clive and Nico going at it in the ring. Um, but no, I mean, like I say, but he's done it. He's managed to bring the feel of Clive because sometimes I was like what Bruce said. It's like Clive being
Yeah.
impacted, and sometimes if I looked away or looked at Steve or Adrian or whatever, it was like a Clive Burr feel.
Well, it's Clive was solid. And I know people go, "Oh, Nico can do this, Nico could do that." Well, yeah, but Clive was that solid drummer that gave them the foundation to write these fucking amazing songs
Yeah,
that were all going, "Yeah, they played that, they played Killers." I mean, fucking hell. When was the last time Nico played Killers? You know, and it's for me, and I struggle with this. I struggle with getting the feel of Nico, and I think
yeah,
Nico struggled with getting the feel of Clive. So he
yeah,
really
yeah. I
did
mean,
change the tempo
so
and push
all
him forward.
both different cats, aren't they? I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
obviously Clive was a fucking he was an hard hitting
yeah, demon.
crazy bastard.
Yeah.
And whereas Nico had a swagger, had a feel, had a swing to him almost, where he first drummer he ever saw was a jazz drummer, wasn't it? Sort of thing.
Yeah,
So he sort of brought that in and metaled it up. But I thought Simon did an admirable job,
yeah,
and especially being tasked with right, here you go, it's your first fucking set. We're gonna do Mariner.
yeah.
We're gonna do
Oh, yeah,
Seventh Son.
yeah,
And
yeah.
Seventh Son, I mean, the hardest bit in Seventh Son is
The middle bit.
is the interlude.
Yeah, it's the middle. Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, fucking hell,
Is that
arms are just dropping
yeah,
off.
yeah. It's just getting that and keeping it
It
steady with
is.
everything else going on around it.
It is a state of mind. You've
Yeah.
got to be locked the fuck in, and your
I heard,
stamina's got to be on another level.
I heard Maiden do it at Sonistry, and that went like a bit of a train wreck in the middle of that. To be honest, I
Yeah,
was, oh fucking hell. But
yeah.
you've
But
got to
no,
be so solid in that bit there to keep it all
exactly.
together, haven't you?
But no, he did a fucking great job, and I think ultimately they picked the right man. They could have gone with Joe Lazarus, Steve's nephew, but he's like a Nico clone.
Oh yeah, I have said that.
The guy's got chops for days.
He's a fucking great drummer.
Oh, yeah, he is.
Hands down. But I
Yeah,
think a little bit too like Nico. I mean,
yeah,
if you look at what Steve did when he brought Nico in, he was nothing like Clive.
exactly.
And to a certain extent, he's brought Simon in and he's fuck all like Nico.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
so there is, I think he
I mean,
wants it to change, doesn't he? He doesn't want it to be just a clone.
yeah. And also, it's a fact of, Joe might have been his nephew, Joe might have been might be this great drummer, but you've got to be a rhythm section with this man. And him and Simon
Yeah.
have been a rhythm section for fucking 10 years.
Yeah.
It goes beyond us playing pubs or whatever.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Fucking locked in rhythm section. You're playing to
Yeah.
30,000 people a night. If Steve can't trust his drummer, fucking it's off. Cancel the gigs, we're done.
There you go. Well,
So-
one thing was interesting that Simon did a video about his drum heads. I think he plays Code drum heads, and it's the way he introduced himself. He says, "I'm the current touring guy Maiden drummer." And I was like, "Oh, fucking hell, that's
Yeah, I think
loaded.
He's auditioning. He's
That's
still
loaded.
auditioning. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's loaded."
I think Bruce sort of put that to bed in his introductions to him on the tour. But if there's a new album coming, I'm still not sure if Simon will be writing it.
Yeah,
I still think Nico, because they've been very careful on their language with Nico.
They've been
I think
very.
Yeah.
I think he will be writing on the album if he hasn't written on the album already.
I think it does need new blood.
That will be the proof of the pudding.
I'm gonna get roasted on the internet. I think it needs new blood. It needs somebody to replace Nico in the studio.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, because Nico, some of Nico's parts, especially on the later albums, he's been the old MVP. Some of the parts he's put in have been fucking absolutely fantastic. He's really thought outside the box. But if his body's that fucked up,
yeah,
he may as well. You can't turn Maiden into AC/DC and just play a safe 4.
No, that's the thing, isn't it?
So Simon.
I personally think if Nico's going to retire, he should retire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said, according to he's still playing his covers band gigs.
His Titanium Tart, yeah, he's still doing it, yeah.
As much as I love Nico and would I like to see him back in Maiden, yeah. Do I like Simon Dawson? Yeah. I think Simon would be the right fit now for a new album.
Yeah. And I think that there will be a new album because there's no way they're not doing the final album. That we're going to get that.
I also would have liked to have seen Joe Lazarus in the band. I know he's a clone. I know he plays. You can't say clone of Nico. I know he plays a lot like Nico because Nico taught him basically.
Yeah, he did.
I
Yeah,
would have been happy with Joe in the band as well, but Steve wanted what he wanted. He didn't pick Joe, he picked Simon. So well done, Simon. Joe, he's got other massive things going on anyway.
yeah. He's doing the Jim Steinman, the
Yeah, he plays with
Out of
Gunn.
Hell or Back into Hell thing sequel, the stage play. He's doing that. So
He plays with Gunn. He plays with loads of bands.
Yeah.
And maybe I mean, who am I to say? But maybe that's why maybe Steve wanted to give him a bit more variety rather than be one track focused on one band.
Yeah, perhaps.
And the family thing, whatever. I mean,
I think the family thing would have come into it as well. I mean,
Yeah.
we all know that Steve can be the sergeant major, as we've said. And, you know, if there's any kind of falling out within the band, would that impact anything else? That was my kind of outlook on it as well. You know,
Sounds like he calls it anyway.
Maybe a little bit too young as well. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe, but you know, that's just our opinions, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. Mind you, like Joe says, I think there's a family feud now because he didn't pick him.
Yeah, Joe's dad got on the beers and got on Twitter.
Oh yeah, I did see that. I did see it. He got taken off though, didn't it? But I did see that. Yeah, which I thought was a shame because Joe kept quiet through it all.
I think,
Joe was professional.
You know, yeah.
Well, yeah.
Joe would have been told early on.
Steve did, you know.
I mean, I think I've had the theory for a while, but I think the reason British Lion have been touring as much as they have because they knew this was coming. So I think Steve kept British Lion on the road as much as he did in order to keep Simon ready, gig ready. They did a similar thing, Sabbath, on their 10th farewell tour. They had Mike Puffy,
Borden, yeah.
He did the whole tour just in case because Bill Ward had a heart attack, and it was like, right, we've got a load of shows, a lot of money on the line. If something bad happens, we need someone to step in. And yeah, he was just like, yeah, I was just on the side of the stage, watched the entire tour, watched Sabbath for free. Or no, got paid to sit and watch Sabbath.
Sabbath, yeah.
And they never needed me, but there I was. And I think it was a similar. I don't think Rod would have had him just paid to sit there though. They go, no, you're bloody working. You are right.
Yeah.
Days off.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Fucking will that out.
Yeah.
You can road
Yeah.
Speaking of Puffy, he was in the old All Stars on.
He was there, yeah,
and he's still got it.
Yeah,
right.
Such a unique player.
Yeah,
you know what was great about that?
Right-footed and left-handed. What a fucking weirdo.
And flat toms. What?
It was good to see Jakey Lee coming out actually.
Well, considering we didn't think he was there after that, the call over the PA for him.
Oh, really? Is that what they did?
Well,
they've
all come out, fucking Lizzie Hale and all the rest of it, and they're like, "Where's Jake?
Can Jakey Lee come on stage?
Where's Jake?" And they had to fucking like get the crowd trying, Jake, and then he fucking strutted out like, "Yeah, I'm fucking here, guys." Plugged in. It's like a proper rock star.
Probably on the Carsey.
Yeah,
and set his time set his watch to English time. Like,
or fucking snorting sang off the top of the cars.
Well, we wouldn't want to. Yeah,
can't infer such things.
So I mean, I guess where do we go from here then? I mean, we're pondering the future. I mean, I think this tour is going to go on until 2026.
Yeah, they haven't touched obviously North America, have they? Or South America?
Yeah, I think it's either download
or we'll be back.
Sorry,
Bruce did say we will be back.
Yeah.
So
he made a point of saying it. I mean, he's got the fucking solo album coming out early next year, apparently. So they'll finish up this tour, then they'll all go their separate ways. Bruce will record the next album. We can only assume whether they'll write some Maiden stuff then, because they tend to do it in between the tours, don't they?
Well, Adrian's touring as well, isn't he?
Yeah, he's doing obviously with Richie.
Yeah.
Which we've still got a review, by the way, Joe.
I know, yeah.
British Lion are touring as well because they do Time Like the Car Horses.
They are, yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Not a lot of fucking downtime. I mean, it's only Dave will go back to Hawaii, and Yannick will go back to Hartlepool. Got to give Yannick credit. All that money he must have, and he's still in Hartlepool, man.
Fair play to him.
What a legend. Still, he apparently still goes to fucking watch Hartlepool United as well. He's got a season ticket, I was saying. It's crazy. Fair play to him. Not once did the rock star life affect him. He's like, no, I'm going to play my beat up piece of shit guitar that I've been playing since White Spirit. I'm going to wear the same pair of high tech white high tops that I've had since 1983. And I don't.
He's got 12 pairs. He just rotates them.
That's it, yeah.
One pair a month.
Yeah, high tech. They still make them. Bloody hell.
Well,
what if they do? They make them. They should do an endorsement for high tech trainers.
I think most of the fucking thrash bands that come out of the Bay Area had an endorsement with high tech in the early 80s, didn't they?
Oh, taking Reebok, weren't it?
Yeah. Fucking hell.
So,
like you say, they're going to be touring most of 26. They're going to be they're going to do America. There's no way they're not touching South America at least. Because that's almost.
That's why I can't see him doing Download.
Yeah, saying that, yeah. Or it might be the one that's we get a UK date in 26 done. Because generally, if you headline Download, you're blacked out for the year, aren't you?
Yeah. I think that's probably what they'll do. They've only got to fly back in for one gig and back out again, haven't
they? Yeah.
So that's more than likely what's going to happen.
And they get their screens from B&Q, I suppose.
Yeah.
No, I didn't mean that. They're brilliant screens.
But no, so it'll be time to tell. But there's definitely an album coming, and it'll be. Yeah. I reckon it'll be the final. We're in the end game now for Maiden. As much as that hurts me to say that.
Mm.
Well, yeah. How long have I'm trying to think who's ahead of them in terms of 50 years.
Judas Priest.
Priest, yeah. Scorpions have just done 60 because that's why Priest weren't at the Sabbath gig because they was opening for the Scorpions on his 60th anniversary tour.
What about Saxon? Are they there now?
They're roughly there, aren't they?
Byford's in hospital at the minute, isn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, they've been going longer. What was it?
They were the same.
And they were saying that was 1980. That was like the third album, wasn't it? So
I think their first album was 79, was it?
Yeah, so they've been going.
So they have been going as long as Maiden in terms of recorded output. But
they're more prolific than Maiden, though, aren't they? They were like an album every other year rather than every 5 years. But
and to be fair to them, that last album was a fucking banger.
They've had a string of bangers recently, but the secret ingredient is Andy Sneap.
Andy Sneap, yeah.
But
that's what we need to talk about: changing Kevin Shirley, getting him out the seat, getting somebody else in there to give him a bit of a push as well. I think it's too, as we said before, it's a little bit safe. I think with Kevin.
See, I've always thought this. I've always found Kevin's stuff to sound a bit too clean.
Yeah,
and but
you can actually hear the drums.
Well, I don't know. I think the drums sound a little bit closed in, to be honest. I think that could do being a lot brighter. You listen to the drums on Peace of Mind, and you go and have a listen to the latest few albums, and you just
don't get me started on Peace of Mind, mate.
It is too bright.
Go back to
Where's the kick drum in Trooper? It ain't there. It's at the same place. It's hanging out with Newsted's fucking bass line.
I look at his CV though, and I just think, well, it must be me because all the bands seem to like him.
No, I'm the same. I think everything sounds a bit woolly, to be honest.
It has done. I'll give you this. It has done recently. I mean, Brave New World for me is the most perfectly produced Maiden album.
Yeah, that's
you can hear everything. Yeah. It's clean and it's got weight, which a lot of Maiden's 80s output, there was no weight in the drums.
That's it. Yeah.
I mean, Martin Birch. He was a precise. You could hear the fucking bass, and he put headphones on. You can hear Steve. He's the third guitar.
Yeah.
And you can hear the snare, but there's no way you should be hearing a ride cymbal louder than a kick drum.
Yeah.
No. There's just no weight there. So when Brave New World, that's why I like the X Factor so much because there was finally weight in Nico's drums. Or it wasn't a well-produced album, but it was like fucking hell. The kick drum gets you there.
Yeah.
And that's what Kevin Shirley brought to Brave New World.
Yeah.
None of the production quite matched, but the thing is, you ain't never going to change it because Steve is always in at the mixing desk. It's very much Steve is the uncredited co-producer, as we know. Steve wants an album to sound like that, or this, or that, and
just sounds a bit too. I don't know, too dry for want of a bit woolly. That's the way I
Yeah, I
can.
mean,
You know, he needs. If I listen to any of that stuff, I'd be reaching for the treble. You know, to bring it up and get some brightness back in the drums.
I mean, the Senjutsu album, it didn't. To be fair, it didn't sound good.
Yeah.
Well, some tracks did, some tracks didn't. I thought Writing on the Wall sounded great, but
Mm.
then stuff like the Parchment didn't sound very good. It's almost
Mm.
like
I
it was
just think
mixed by different people. But
the bigger the band is, they seem to go for the price tag rather than the what's their last 5 albums or 3 albums? Who's up and coming? Who's got some? Who's going to give us a challenge? You know, they again, Andy Sneap. Like, what more do you want? The guy's done Priest, he's done Megadeth, Accept, as well as the plethora of bands he did beforehand. But he's doing
yeah,
mainstream, like as mainstream as metal gets, acts. And just imagine him at the desk with Maiden or Metallica, for God's sake. That's another.
no, I mean,
But
I can't think of the guy's name. I like the guy who's done Hardwired and 72 Seasons. I like what he brings to the table. Just going to check him out now.
I
I
mean,
like,
I'm not sure if Snape's quite right for Maiden, although he would. I mean, he's a guitar man, isn't he?
I'll tell you
So
what. But the last few opening tracks on the Proof stuff has been like fucking wow.
oh yeah,
The power of it and the clarity of it
yeah, but
has
that's
been, has outshined Maiden's.
oh
I think.
yeah, that's
Mhm.
Andy Sneap again. Me, I mean,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
Me and
yeah,
think we've
Joe,
all
fucking hell,
we all want Maiden to have that.
yeah.
They just choose. They must choose not to
yeah, of course
at
you
this
do.
point. And the closest we will get to that sound is Bruce's solo stuff. You know.
Yeah, because Roy Z, he knows what he's doing. Speaking of that, has anyone heard the Gods of War? They've obviously because they're doing more balls to Picasso, aren't they?
Oh, I
Oh, right.
say sorry.
Him,
Yeah, I
him and
thought you meant a band called Gods
no,
of
sorry,
War. I was like, right, you've gone off on one now. Yeah,
him and Roy Z have gone back and remastered it and remixed it, and he's dropped Gods of War, and it sounds great. That's the thing, balls to
yeah,
Picasso had a really weird sound. The guitars were heavy, but they were quite trebly and quite a weird sound. But
yeah. I
they've gone back and
pre-ordered it, but
remastered
I
it.
kind of forgot about it as
But
when it
it does
turns up in
sound
the
good.
post.
Gods of War sounds really good, and I'm quite looking forward to it. And I'm interested to see what they do with Skunkworks as well, because he's doing the same thing to that.
He's doing the same to Skunk Works, is he?
Yeah,
All right, cool.
I think he's trying to get a uniform sound almost, because I think Jack Endino did Skunkworks, and it was like, what? That was he was about as
Jack and
grunge.
Danny. What?
Jack Endino, the
Oh.
grunge guy. Yeah, Jack, fuck off, Jack Endino.
I
It's
got
a
you.
family show. But yes, so
Off the
it's there's a lot going on, obviously, side project wise. They're definitely not
yeah,
slowing down.
just off the thing as well. I've just scrolled through and I've just seen since we're talking about Iron Maiden, but the original Angel Witch bassist Kevin Riddles has died. Guess we'll give him a mention as well. Are you fans of
Yeah.
Angel Witch? Anyone? I mean that.
Yeah,
I mean,
Sorry,
yeah,
I'm
mate,
not
you for me you
yeah,
lagged
proper
right
like,
out then. What?
yeah.
tight. He was also in
Sorry, Joe, can you
Titan and
go through that
Baphomet.
again?
Sorry, where did you lose me? Sorry.
Joe.
Yep.
Oh no, as soon as you
Oh,
said like Angel Witch, and you sort of lagged. What's
Like
happening?
oh,
yeah,
sorry. The
you
original
went on
Angel
and off.
Witch bass player Kevin Riddles has died from cancer. 68 years old.
Oh fuck it, man.
Also in
Yeah, I
Titan
saw
and
that today on
Baphomet.
Facebook.
Yeah, I mean that
Fucking
first Angel
68.
Witch album is awesome, and some of the later stuff as well. But yeah, another original player. So cheers to him.
Yeah,
Side
Yeah.
note, but
yeah.
I just
Take it
saw
easy,
it.
mate.
So yeah, we're either way. I think we're in a good place with a new album, whoever they choose. I think, and I'm more curious to see what Simon would do with the band, and if he's done a tour with the band, he deserves a place on the album. I mean, unless things
Yeah,
really go pear shaped, but and
yeah. I
and
mean, like
I
I say,
agree with
the
Carl. I
language.
think if you're going to go, just go.
Yeah,
Don't do this 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
yeah. No, I
Mm.
think the language that Bruce has been using when he's introduced him before Phantom has made it pretty clear that he's in the band.
Yeah, and
I think they were. I think initially they didn't want it to be that way, but I think there's been conversations behind closed doors where like, look, we're gonna have to. And
Look,
Simon's in,
it's like Pele coming back and playing. For it's look when you've reached that point, and there's nothing dishonourable about it.
Yeah,
You were Pele.
yeah,
It's
that's it.
it's
And
I
everyone
mean, I don't
reaches
know,
that
if you
point.
saw the little, there was a little snippet of Nico playing Can I Play with Madness from the side of the stage. And I did kind of go, oh, fuck, man, that's painful. And I did think then, he should have stepped down and gone,
yeah, I
fuck
mean,
these guys, because
I was on the American leg as well. That was when
yeah, I
he
was
made
at,
up his mind, but
yeah,
hadn't announced it.
yeah,
I did kind of sunk and went, oh, fucking hell, poor bastard, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Because
I mean,
obviously we know what he can play like.
yeah.
Got to the stage now where he can't, and it must be soul destroying.
And we've got to give him the credit. I mean, to come from not being able to hold a fucking fork to four
Yeah,
months later going on a world tour playing, opening with Caught Somewhere in Time. It's
yeah.
like, what the fuck?
Well, what do you reckon?
You know?
The bit I saw a little bit with him, and he said he could hold a stick and he could hit the drum, but if he tried to do more than one hit, so if he tried to do a double, the
Yeah.
stick was going that way. It was going left to right instead of up and down, so he was having problems with his right hand grip.
Yeah.
So that's fucking
The man, yeah, I mean, and the work he does, he's so, yeah, I mean,
I mean,
fucking,
all the ride cymbal work and that, there's lots of that, isn't there?
there
So
is, yeah, he
yeah,
does, and he's right hand led on his tom fills, and he
yeah,
when he does his rolls and that,
yeah.
it's yeah, no, it's that's it's a crying shame,
Mm.
but fair play to him for because I mean, there was that thing where he said, look, when they were talking about the tour, and he said, look, Steve, I won't be able to play some of the songs, and Steve was like, well, whatever you can't play,
Simplified. Yeah,
whatever you can't play, we'll drop.
yeah,
So they're talking about, well, you can't play the Trooper. Are you going to drop the Trooper?
yeah, yeah.
Hallowed. Are you going to drop Hallowed? So they
But
probably
this
had
is the
a
thing.
heart to heart and gone,
Steve and the band are holding on as much as he is, as much as we
yeah,
are. But
Yeah.
eventually, you have got to just face the reality of the
yeah,
situation, haven't you?
that's it.
As sad as it is, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Easy
But
for us sitting behind those cameras saying that, isn't it? Though.
of course it is, yeah. But it's but fair play to him for making that decision and going public with it quick and not like, oh,
Yeah.
I'll fucking do another tour or whatever. He's like, no, I'm fucking done and I'm done tonight.
Yeah.
So he has got his integrity.
There's grace in that as well, knowing when it's time. It's time,
Yeah.
It was a double whammy for us as a band because myself and Simon from Ion, we just started travelling to play in Cardiff when these big storms were hitting. And we were halfway up the road and the gig got cancelled. So we turned around and come home. Portland is almost blowing off the country.
I could say,
almost gone. There's trees down everywhere. We get back and Nico's announced he's retiring. What? Two in one day?
Yeah, I'm going to say you've had a fucking double whammy there, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we were the sensible ones. Me and Steve were like, we've had to drive in this kind of shit before. Nah, we ain't doing that.
Yeah.
Trains being cancelled and roads being shut and all that kind of shit. Nah.
I pulled over in the lay-by, we're hiding. I phoned Neil again. I said, Neil, what's happening? What's happening with this gig? And he went, I'll try and find out now. And as he said that, the car rocked almost top. I went, Neil, I'm turning around.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm off back home.
There's a hint. That's a bit like walking into the Amityville house and it goes, get out. It's like
it was like driving.
Damn, maybe Shimmy can't stay. Yeah.
Flying all the road at us.
Yeah,
crazy.
fuck that.
Yeah, it was mad. Yeah, crazy.
The perils of being, I've fucking been there driving up to Scotland in the back of a van and all that with a fucking settee in the back and all the rest of it. And the alternator crapping out by Luton and you fucking turn around and fucking hell. I mean, I did a tour once up there and what was it? Yeah, all in the back of our guitarist dad's works van. He used to own a crane firm called London Lifting. And it's a fucking bright orange van with an orange light on the top. And that was our tour van. We threw my old sofa in the back and we just drove to Dundee. Just bosh. There was only one driver as well, the bass player.
Long drive.
He was the only one who could drive. And he got all the way up there and he looked down and went, oh, there's fifth gear. Right? All the way to Dundee in fourth gear. Must have been doing about 3,000 revs. But fuck, we went up there and obviously second tour or third tour, the fucking van died. We got to Toddington Services. We had to get recovered back to Romford near and East London. Me and the fucking guitarist jumped on the train. All the rest of them jumped in the bass player's car. We had and it drove all that way, and it's like,
Get it.
it's. I mean,
And the
fucking,
band's still there now.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we've all fucking.
Did you get your sofa back?
Yeah, I mean, you two are doing it. You two are doing it now on a regular basis. So fucking Joe's been there and done it.
Yeah.
It's just crazy, and it's all because of this fucking band we're talking about now. None of us would be doing it otherwise.
We love it. We love it.
Exactly.
I mean, I was actually the first drummer in High on Maiden back in the day because my friend Steve Parry was the guy who started High on. When we all worked at a
you didn't play at the Standard in Walthamstow, did you?
I did. You know what? I backed out because I didn't drive at the time.
Oh, fuck.
Like a dick. So
I saw High on Maiden at the Standard in Walthamstow. I was wondering if I'd actually seen you.
No, I think that would have been Steve Bennett. That would have been Quicko, the first touring drummer, because I loved it, and I just went, I don't drive. I said, this is going to be a fucking nightmare. Yeah. So I stepped back. But yeah, Steve Parry started all the band. So that's how far I go back with this, 95. And then me and Steve did an album with Diano and Doogie White and all that, the Maiden Story Volume 2. We did that, and that's been chucked out in various different guises with different crowd sounds and then no crowd sounds and stuff like that. Yeah, fucking hell. So I got 500 quid for that, and he's probably made a fortune, you know.
Yeah.
So I mean, we've all heard, with the different tribute acts, we've all heard of High on Maiden. Yeah, didn't realise you were
Steve, my mate, and Steve
you worked with Paul.
It.
Yeah.
Well, we used to work at a musical exchanges in Birmingham, which was like a department store. So it was a drum department, guitars, repairs, and Steve, although he was Adrian, he could also do a fucking amazing Steve Harris. So he built it around that, and he just, there was a few tribute bands that started from that shop, because Dizzy Lizzy started around that time as well. But yeah, we did. I think High on the lineup then. High on did the first album that Paul was on. Like, it was, I think it was the Maiden Story Volume 1, and then for whatever reason, the producer Lee Hart, who used to be in Fastway, who was actually Paul's manager, I think.
Fastway, that was Eddie.
That's Fast Eddie's band, yeah. So he just said to to Steve, who was doing both, he was saying, well, you can play bass, you can play guitar, get your mate to come down and play drums. So we did a few demos with Paul as well. So we did the album, and then obviously we did some demos for him, like Strange World and Women in Uniform and that kind of stuff that eventually got put out. And yeah, good experience.
Oh, I bet it was.
Yeah, good laugh. 99, that was 1999. Fucking hell.
How was he, Paul? Because
you know what? I've only ever met him at a burger stand at JB's in Dudley when they were playing. He was playing a gig there one night, because literally we did the. So
you did the recordings.
We did something like 18 tracks all together over it. I think I did 14 drum tracks in a day. I was dying, man, by the time I finished. and then we did some extra dates after that for some demos on a weekend. But yeah, we just used to do them, and everything else would be put across the top. So me and Steve would put the arse of it together, and then people would come in and doing solos, and like Phil Campbell at Motorhead, and then all the singers would come in and do their bits. Like, so yeah. So I only ever met him at a burger stand in the mid-90s, maybe, at Dudley JB's. Bless him. Yeah. Spoke to him loads, especially when we did the January gig for him. So yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, but that's a pretty cool story, that one.
Yeah, it's mad. Yeah, we just rocked up. There was just me and Steve literally doing 14 Iron Maiden songs in 2 days. I did it all in one. Some of Steve's bass went down, and some we put guitar down, and then the next day he finished it off, and I came back up to Birmingham. So yeah.
I did it in one. That's your fucking Vinnie Paul first take, like motherfucker. Look at it.
Yeah.
He's fucking killed. And don't let anybody tell you can't drop in on the drums, kids, because you can.
Oh yeah, I've dropped in, mate, a couple of times. In my
carry on playing it. Carry on. Play along to that. Play along. Carry on. Yeah, that's it. Well, there you go. Yeah. A couple of times that happened. Yeah, but yeah, that was a killer. That was. I wish I'd have done it in 2 now. So I think the last track I did as well was Killers. And even for me now, I think that's the hardest song that we do in the set for me, playing wise, because it's just relentless all the way through, isn't it?
Yeah, it is fucking full on, isn't it?
Yeah. you get to that last bit where they shortened it at Maiden in England, and you think, fucking hell, should we shorten it and just set the end bit off?
Yeah.
We ain't going to play it for a while now, are we?
No, because we're doing live after death.
Oh yeah, you're doing the 40th.
So let's get into it. So Iron Maiden,
you're doing all 4 sides?
Yeah, and the B-sides.
We're doing everything which was recorded on that tour.
Fucking hell.
So we're doing Sanctuary and Lost for
Words, Murders in the Rue Morgue, Sanctuary. Everything was on the album plus the B-sides of the live singles.
Yeah, from Hammersmith, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, the side 4. Yeah,
that's gonna be that's a mountain to climb. That.
Yeah, man,
it's fucking easy, isn't it?
It's only 19 songs.
Yeah, you'll have some fucking marching powder down behind the drum line. Get you through that one. That's going to be pretty.
More like a fucking lager and loads of water. Yeah.
Mind you, speaking of burger vans, you will have time to walk to the burger van and back with that gap in the middle of Ancient Mariner.
I have to press the fucking button to get the track to play. Yeah. I'm there waiting for Simon to give me the cue, going, yeah, press it now. Okay.
So you've got gigs lined up for this summer playing that set?
Yeah.
How many shows have you got?
Oh, God.
Probably in February, I would have thought.
Wow, okay.
What, the rest of the year?
When is the
14? We've got 14 shows till the end of the year now.
Nice. Are you doing that at Cart, or is this going to be great?
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Bang on.
Leo's Red Lion.
Chinnery, round the corner for a minute. Chinnery.
We're probably going to keep it on, Craig, till
it's actually closer than. Chinnery's is a bit of a pig.
What close? He's closer than Gravesend, is it, Leo's?
Yeah, to be fair, actually, I think fucking Cart and Horses is actually a straighter shoot of a drive.
Yeah.
And straight down the A13. If you go into South End, you've got a lot of residential, and obviously Leo's, we've got a river in between. So, but no, I mean that'd be pretty cool.
Well, we've got 16 gigs booked for next year already.
Fucking hell,
which is fucking mental. I don't think I've ever had that many booked in advance. We've had 3 or 4 at the end of November, but to book that far ahead is getting mental now, really.
And that's pretty cool because when you consider that there's a lot of Maiden tribute bands, isn't there? I've seen more crop up.
Yeah,
I'll get sponsored ads on Facebook. And
I know.
Who the fuck is this now? The Beast and all that shit. And it's like, but have they come about since this tour's been kicking off? Have you been booked since that, or have you been booked anyway?
We've been booked anyway.
Oh, cool, nice. That's your reputation preceding.
I think it is.
We need a Maiden tribute band. Oh, there's one. No, that's cool.
We do have people emailing say we've looked around and we want you to play. So that's really nice that we get that rather than it just being any old Maiden band.
Yeah. No, that's nice. They know.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I think because we're quite easy to work with as well, because we're just knobs. We just take the piss out of everybody. So instead of getting arsy about stuff, when things go wrong or whatever, we just kind of laugh it off and go.
I mean, it's live music, isn't it? I mean,
you've
got to have fun. I mean, yesterday, Slayer, Angel of Death, is the culmination of the entire fucking day.
Yeah.
Tom Araya got so fucking lost, he actually stopped singing and just fucking gurned into the screen because he was like, shit, fuck it.
Tom Araya, the best of times.
It's fucking brilliant, And he completely took it the right way. And it's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
We have fun.
I mean, sometimes we get bits where we kind of go, oh, fuck, what did I do there?
Yeah.
But like you say, it's live music, we're not fucking robots at the end of the day.
Exactly.
But it's like it's same with the thing with Simon, people taking, everything that he's doing and going, oh, well, he didn't quite play that right. He didn't play this right. Give the guy a break.
That's it. It's live. It's all about feel, isn't it? Oh, I'm going to do this feel tonight. Oh, I'm going to do it a bit differently.
Well, exactly. We've both done that where we've gone at it and we've gone, fucking hell, what am I doing here? And you get halfway through that fill and you think, oh shit.
Yeah, what song am I playing?
Yeah. Oh, I did that once in Power Slave. The bit where there's the big fill in the middle.
Yeah.
On the down bits.
Yeah.
I just fucking froze. I didn't play a fucking thing, and then I just came back in with the last fill and went, oh shit! But it's one of them.
Yeah.
One of the things,
That's it.
It's like the comedian Steve Hughes.
Yeah.
And then he just said, you're watching these people and you're thinking they're going, oh, you're in a pub and we're talking about Metallica or something. Oh, well, Kirk Hammett's not even a good guitarist.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you're not a good guitarist.
Yeah.
See the difference?
Yeah.
And that's the thing, in it. Everyone can go, like,
Yeah, I mean,
this drum. No, I'm not a very good drummer, and this guy,
yeah,
looks like
exactly. Yeah, it takes a lot of balls to get up there and do what we do. Really, I mean,
Of course it does.
we are scrutinised the fuck as well. We do get.
Oh, because the Gumbies that turn up to your shows, they're the same Gumbies at the fucking front row in Maiden shows, and if they ain't fucking right, you're gonna get bottles of piss thrown at you.
Yeah, we know
so
about it.
fair play that you're still going, man. You're doing something right.
Yeah,
big umbrellas to win the piss off.
That's it. Yeah.
Big brother.
Have you ever thought of doing recordings yourself, or even putting out like a live album or anything like that?
We've got a couple of videos that were put on from Hitching Club 85. They're full gigs that a guy did for us. As regards recording, I don't know. I think maybe we'd be treading on Maiden's toes, and I think we'd.
Yeah, that's a phone call to Rod Smallwood, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can we? No, fuck off.
No.
Yeah.
No, you bloody can't.
That's it, yeah. Fuck off.
Yeah. I think I'd mentioned doing it something years ago. I think we wanted to do Children of the Damned when Steve Parry was still in the band, and if we wanted to put it on YouTube, it had to be, I think, a live performance video with it as well, and there's all kind of disclaimers you had to put in there. I mean, I did a little one where I was playing along to Prowler, and it was only like the first fucking quarter of the song, and that got.
That will be the algorithm, though. That won't be someone.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, okay. But other people, I think you just got to put the disclaimers on there. I think that's what it is. I didn't just kind of chucked it on there and went,
Yeah.
I did a review here and I just had a band's demo playing in the background, and I thought that I went through a phase of going, right, and today we're playing this, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I thought that'd be a good way to promote bands and just start the video off, really. And this was a demo on a cassette, and even then it got flagged up. I think the fact that it found music full stop.
Yeah.
Crazy. I just dropped it. But so yeah, Iron Maiden fully charged, guys. Definitely go check these guys out if they're playing near you. Me and Luke have been to see them. It was a fantastic show, and we're going to go see them again soon. And we can vouch for them and can't recommend them enough. And
we've got a different element now as well, because we've got a different bass player, and the band seems to be firing on all 5 cylinders now. Yeah, I mean, we were great. I thought the lineup was great before, but I think just the addition of Simon Spence.
I can say you got Matey Boy from High On, haven't you? And I mean, if you look at him sideways, that's Steve Harris.
Oh, I don't know the size of his nose. He's told us we can take the piss out of his nose. So all right.
But no, he's the full bifter. But like say, it's amazing, isn't it? Like with Maiden, you get a new member, and it's a shot in the arm.
Yes, yeah.
Gives everyone a kick up the arse, and it's
just a total different atmosphere. It's brilliant. It's just really good.
So
see, after we finish Live After Death, I mean, I'm as I said, I'm hoping we finish off in Finns in Weymouth next year, the 21st of Feb. I'd like to do, and I think I spoke to you, Craig, about it. I'd like to do the set Maiden are doing now.
Yeah, well, I think we've only got to learn one, haven't we?
Yeah,
7/7. Yeah.
Get your arms working out with that one, son.
I know, yeah. Playing just 4s instead.
Yeah, I'll just open the eye out and use your foot.
Yeah.
But yeah, fucking hell. I was going to say I'd have my sticks at every gig I come to just in case, but if you're doing 7/7, fuck that. I ain't got the stamina for that no more.
You're breaking my fucking drum kit.
Oh yeah,
he keeps messaging me. Go, fuck! He broke some more sticks again.
Yeah, I've got to stop posting that shit. I've got to tailor my post so you're not included.
Did you speak to Daz?
I didn't know. I've got some pro marks from Amazon, so I'm going to give them a go. And
they'll last you.
See how long they fucking last.
Heavy-handed fucker.
Oh yeah, don't. I'm scared of it, mate. So I beat them like they owe me money. So.
That's the good thing with Maiden being a tribute band. There's so many songs we could pick because there's that much of a.
That's the thing. I mean, you could go and do it. You could do a fucking 2-hour set of songs the Maiden have never even fucking played live.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing. Just go out all them songs that oh, they didn't play this, they didn't play this, didn't play. Right, well, we're fucking playing it.
Yeah.
Come along and see us. You know.
And you know, everywhere we go, there's as Maiden get. I'm not saying we're like Maiden, but we're a Maiden tribute. But we get the same sort of audience where we get the younger people come to watch us, the older people come to watch us, and they ask for the most random stuff. Sometimes they ask for women in uniform. They ask for Hell on Earth. They ask for Charlotte the Harlot. They ask for Heaven Can Wait. They ask for, and it's like we can only do what we can do at the minute. There's so many songs we wish we could do, but you can't get. But if you like Maiden, then you should be happy.
That's it. Yeah, I mean, like I say, we saw you guys, and it's a good fucking show, man. And let's be honest.
You put on a production.
You
and
do.
You've got that perfect mix between the hits and rarities.
Yeah.
That fans are going to want to hear because it's the set list is designed by fans, and the songs that you want to hear that you wish Maiden would play, that's the song that Maiden Fully Charged are playing.
And you guys have a laugh on stage as well. You're not just up there playing it like fucking soulless. I mean, you're having fun.
I mean, Wasted Years, and Neil jumps up on the drum riser and just fucking stares at me. He doesn't pull his face. So during the solo, he's just going constantly at me and waiting for me to fuck something up, and then he just starts pissing himself and walks off.
He'd have a stick in his fucking head. I'll tell you, I wouldn't be able to do it. It's cool, man, because it's about putting on a show as well as playing the songs, and it's great, man.
And the video of Wasted Years recorded on the Book of Souls tour, where you got Bruce taking Adrian's mic. So whenever we do Wasted Years at the minute, I go across to Steve, take his mic. Sometimes I whack him in the mouth with it. Put it the wrong way. So but everybody out in the crowd, they love it because it shows. I think it shows that we have fun as well.
Exactly.
When I had a pub, I had lots of bands. I had some amazing bands, but in my pub, I had some, and you think they were cardboard cutouts with the karaoke on, and it was like,
nothing winds me up more than just seeing them fucking just this or move.
Move around.
You're showman. You're musicians. You're showman. You're fucking paid to put on a show, whether it's beer, whether it's money, or if people pay to see you. If they fucking pay to see you, just fucking stand there like that. No, they haven't.
And 9 times out of 10, one or two of us, no names mentioned, are usually the last ones in the venue as well, with a pint still in our hand.
Very default.
You've got to rehydrate, haven't you?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, you do after the next day.
I'm going to say, get some electrolytes in you after that stuff.
And it's not that we want to drink. It's not that we want to drink. It's the fact that we have to.
Yeah, that's what it is, mate. Yeah. Totally agree with that one.
Yeah.
Oh, you fucking pissheads. I haven't drunk for 25 years. So it's
Yeah. And
No.
What's in your cup then? Water.
That is Morrison's own Diet Lemon and Lime.
Fancy.
See, I'm fucking, I support local call. I don't give him fucking big franchises, mate. Morrison's own, mate.
I knew him when he did drink as well. He was a lot of fun.
Let's be cut from a gig.
I've got one in the cupboard. Yeah,
we got that, and we got the Aces Eye one as well.
Oh, I didn't get the Aces on.
Well, I got to the London show late because my wife and my daughter went, and my daughter took her mate. Her mate, it was her first ever gig. I said to her, "Fucking hell, it's all down here with me, girl. You're never going to get a show like that.
You're not going to get the buzz, are you?"
But they're all fucking there, and they all bought their drinks, and they've all got 3 Aces Eye, and I'm like,
"Yeah, what the fuck?
Go and get a different one."
Yeah.
There's the tour artwork behind the bar. My missus was like, "Is it?" I was like, "Yes." She's like, "Right." She went and got it because we've got a collection of them. We've got Bloodstock ones and Stone Dead ones and Made of Stone ones as well, and it's fucking always have to get them.
Got loads for the Patriots because we always forget to get our money back on them. I go, "We're not fucking leaving them, lads. Take them."
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, we can supply hands, couldn't we?
Yeah. We keep hands in regular supplies of those plastic glasses because we forget to give the fuckers back.
We'll have to try and come down and see you guys somewhere where it's not local. Me and the missus like doing road trips, so I think we're gonna have to try and
cool.
just, keep an eye on where you are one time and just travel down and see you.
I'll send you a list through. I'll chuck it
Oh
through.
yeah, cool, man. Yeah, drop it through. That'd be
Yeah.
excellent. Like I say, we always try and get out because the amount of time it takes us because I drive everywhere. I don't do fucking public transport. The amount of times it takes us to drive into London, especially if it's the other side of London, it's like we could fucking drive to Brighton.
Yeah.
We can drive to fucking Coventry, you know,
Yeah.
not hit any traffic. So we're always open to doing that. So
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Especially
I'll send you the list over.
excellent. Yeah.
Right, so guys, the best way to check a band out is the Facebook page. Is that right?
Facebook page and there's a Facebook group as well. I believe. I think we do a bit on everything.
Okay, because I'll put the Facebook page in the description down below.
Yeah.
So Iron Maiden fully charged. They've got our vote, and thanks for coming on, guys.
Thanks for having us.
It's been a pleasure speaking to you.
Thanks,
and,
guys.
Thanks, guys.
And yeah, it's good.
This has actually been quite a straightforward show. Normally we're fucking talking about fucking Rumpelstiltskin or fucking Danger Mouse by now, aren't we?
We haven't been on too many. Yeah.
Did we bring you back into line a little bit?
You have to bring you on every week just to keep us on subject.
All right, guys.
Excellent. Thanks,
been a
guys.
pleasure. Thanks for watching, everyone. Let us know what you thought of this current tour. What show did you go to? What was your favourite song? What song do you wish they played? What do you think of the new drummer? This is your show. Join the conversation. So comment below. And check out Iron Maiden, fully charged. Check out the Facebook page and go see them near you. So thanks, everyone. And we'll speak to you soon. Take care.
Thanks, guys.
Later.
Thank you.
See you guys.